In this demo, first I will create a team project in TFS, then create a web part with Visual Studio and save this project to TFS repository, and then we will make a build automation and deployment automation for this solution. So first I need to create a new team project. Let's call it SP demo. I can use Git or Team Foundation Server version control. There are different kind of project methodologies. Agile is fine for now. So I create my team project. Now I will go to Visual Studio and connect to this project. My project is SP demo. Now I will create a new project, Sharepoint solution. Yeah, visual web part. Let's call it SP demo web part. Add to source control, create a folder, which is fine. I want it to be as a farm solution. And where do I want my solution to be? So this doesn't look like refreshed. Let's solution to source control. Okay, it's here now. I will make some small changes to the web part. So let's add a label. And let's make the font size a little bigger. Large. And let's set a text. The code is buildable. Let's check in the code. It is deployed. Let's check the website. Because it made a IIS reset when doing the deployment, it will mean a the application pool is recycled, so it is taking some time for it to load for the first time. Now it is loaded. Let's add the web part. It should be under custom. And we can see hello world. And now I will do the build automation. So I need to go to TFS and choose builds in the SP demo project and click new definition. But before that, I need to create a agent for this one because in order build and release to be made, we need to install an agent on the machines. The build machine can be another machine. The release machine can be another machine. For my scenario, I will use the same machine, but they can be different machines. We can have more than one release server, more than one build server as well. So first, let's go to agent queues. Let's create a new queue. SP pool. And I need to register an agent to this pool. I can download the agent and copy that to my machine. In order to consume from time, I just copied it. It is here. Just some binaries. And I will run config command. It is asking the server URL, which is this one for me. I can use integrated if I am in the same domain, but I want to show how can I do if the build machine is another domain, the release machine in another domain. TFS can be in TFS online, TFS service, actually the new name, or anywhere. So I want to use path, which is, let me show how can I take it. So from here, I'm going to security. I can create my personal access token. So SP token, I want to be expires in 1 year for all scopes. Let's create the token. Let's copy this and use for this agent. So enter the agent pool. I have SP pool, which I created. Agent name, let's call it SP agent. It is scanning the capabilities of the machine that I am installing. So which folder do I want it to be as a workspace for build and release? Do I want it run as a service? Yes. This way it will create a Windows service for me. I will use a domain account. So everything is fine. Let me check from the TFS portal as well if I have done everything correctly. My project is SP demo, but I need to go to pools. Here SP pool, which is green, which means it is online and everything is fine. Actually, you can see the capabilities like the name of the machine, if the .NET, which .NET versions are installed, which Visual Studio installed on this machine, and such stuff. So I installed the agent. Now I need to create my build. So let's choose new definition. There are some pre-created templates for me to start. SharePoint applications are ASP.NET applications, so I can go with that. I need to choose the agent, so SP pool for my scenario. I don't need NuGet. Let's disable, do not delete. Maybe I may need it later. I don't need test assemblies for now. Publish symbols as well. So I need to get the sources, build solution, and publish artifact. For get sources, it will get from SPDemo, which is fine. For build, because SharePoint is WSP package, the thing that I need to deploy, I need to add this is packaging equals true. So this way it will create a WSP for me. It will get the latest solution, build it, and it will publish the artifacts from here. Actually, let's open this one. Features, but here SPDemo is fine. I wanted to upload to TFS drop folder, which is fine for now. Let's save and queue. It starts the build. Let's see how will it go. As you can see, there is a signal art screen, which is like a command prompt. You can see from the web interface, which is really great. Now it is initializing the job. Actually, the agent is asking to TFS, there is something for me to build or release. Now, it will start the job. Now it is getting the sources from TFS. Then it will build the solution as I created in the workflow. Then it will publish the artifacts to TFS back. Now it is uploading the files back to TFS. Actually, these are the build code, so ready to use for deployment. Build succeeded, which is great. And if I check the build artifacts, if I go to drop folder, let's check the bin folder release. Under that, if I have a WSP created or not. Yes, my web part WSP is created. Now, in my release, I will get this file and deploy it to SharePoint. So now I need to go to the release tab. Now I will create a new definition for my release. Again, there are some templates, but for SharePoint deployment, empty template will be the best one as a start point. So artifacts, let's choose my artifact. Which build do I want to use? Here, SPDemo, the latest one, which is fine. And I need to create the tasks. So on agent, let's call this environment dev environment. Agent phase, which agent do I want to use? SP pool is fine. Then add my tasks. So first I need to copy the files to a location. So copy files tasks will be suitable. The source folder is the drop folder. But just copying the WSP file will be fine. So let's say just the WSP files. And target folder, I have already created a folder for that. Scripts deploy. So let's delete everything here and use this one. Now it will copy the WSP to this folder. And in the advanced tab, it is better to check overwrite. Otherwise, in the second run, I will have a problem. And another task is I need to run a PowerShell script to deploy the solution, the WSP packet. So let's choose PowerShell. The script path is again, I have a script here, deploy all WSP. Actually, it's something that I find from internet. It is just checking, going to C scripts deploy folder and checking all the WSP files, and it is deploying to web application. So it is very simple. PS1. So I will run this one. Let's save it. So it will download the artifacts, copy the WSP file to this folder, and run this PowerShell, which will take this WSP and deploy to Sharepoint. So let's create a release. It is in progress. If I go to logs, I can see what is going on. It is downloading the files from TFS drop folder. Then it will copy the WSP file to a folder that I want, and I will run a PowerShell script and deploy to Sharepoint. It downloaded the artifacts. It copied the files, now running the PowerShell script. It is uninstalling the WSP, retracting that, and redeploy the new one. As you can see, everything finished successfully. Now I want this to be a continuous integration. So let's edit this one. And let's call it SP demo release. And in the artifacts, I need to choose continuous deployment. So when there is a build, after that it will automatically deploy that. Now I need to go to build tab. So here again, I will create a continuous integration with the Visual Studio or the change in the code. So triggers, not scheduled, it's continuous I want. So if there is a change in the SP demo repository, it will automatically trigger this one. So let's come here and change the code to hello world 2 and check in my code. So if I come to build tab, the build is automatically triggered. Build the code, now publishing the artifacts back to TFS. So build finished successfully. Now let's go to release tab. If I check the logs, it downloaded the artifacts. Now copied the file and running the PowerShell script. It is first uninstalling the web part. Now it starts to install the new one. Everything finished successfully. Let's check our website if the change updated here. Again, because of the new deployment, the application pool recycled and it is taking some time for it to load for the first time. As you can see, I can see the new update, and I just changed my code, check in, and it is in it is updated in the SharePoint. So I want to show some extra stuff. So with this release, for SP demo release, I have just one environment, but I can have different environments like dev, test, like that. Also, for example, if it is a dev environment, it wouldn't be very important. But if, for example, if it is a production environment, I can add approvers. So pre-deployment approver, or it can be some specific user or automatic. So I can say that, okay, let's send an email to administrator before this deployment if he or she approves that, or they may assign to someone else, or they can say that, okay, this deployment is fine, I'm approving that, but I want it to be at 2 a.m. At night, like that. So I can add approver. It can be serial or parallel approval, so I can choose any of that. There are two approvals. One is as a pre-approval, the other is after the deployment. So after the deployment, it will not affect the deployment, but at least it's like a check to see if everything is fine. So this is the end of this demo.